Your data is being used to train tools that do everything from lip reading to deciding which people are worthy enough to get housing. Let's talk about why this is a problem, what data they're using, and why you're not getting paid for any of this work. Part 1. AI training. Getting us, the great unwashed, to train AI for free is nothing new. On this channel, we've done videos looking at how Google Captures are used to train self-driving cars and how Pokemon Go was used to map our entire world and take photos of everything. 1,000 years ago, in 2022, when ChatGPT became the default way for single people to compose their Tinder DMs, everyone and their dog launched an AI tool. It doesn't matter if we didn't ask for it, the tools are there. The key thing you need to know about these tools is all of them want to be seen as the most up-to-date or advanced. Not only does this make them look super cool, but also investors are trying to find the next big thing to throw their money at. And given that most of these tools were designed to cut down on work, which cuts down on jobs, which saves time, and given we all know that time is money, we all want to cut down on all of these things. If your tool doesn't have any AI in it, it won't be seen as keeping up with the Joneses, and it will be putting off Hyacinth Bucket. If your app does have AI in it, it'll need to be constantly improving. And the only way to do that right now is by feeding it more and more data, so it becomes more and more intelligent. It's also worth pointing out that a lot of AI tools are actually machine learning or ghost workers, but that's a subject for another video. Specifically, this video, which is also linked below. In short, even if you're not using it, people love the fact there's a shortcut option for their work. Part 2. Training data. So it turns out everything you've ever uploaded to the internet, whether it be a photo of your loved one, a video of your child's first steps, or a Facebook post sharing who you voted for, is not you sharing or expressing yourself, it's data. Data which can now be scraped and used to train AI tools. But I didn't sign up for this, I hear you shout. Wait! I didn't sign up for this. Well, me in a hat, none of us did. It wasn't really a thing back in 2004 when the Facebook launched, so it wasn't in their terms of service. But fun fact about terms of services, they can update them at any point. And that's exactly what a lot of social media sites and apps have done. Elon's private soapbox now lets their AI model get trained on everyone else's posts. That's basically chatbots training chatbots, so I've got less of an issue with it. Adobe updated their terms to say they can look at your work, even if it has an NDA, although they did clarify they don't own your work, which is nice of them. And although they've U-turned on this faster than me playing GTA 3, I can't help but think the fact they thought they'd get away with this is telling. Pro tip, if it's not on your hard drive, it's not your data. LinkedIn has entered the chat, which means AI is officially coming for your jobs. The only social network that seems to be leaving your data alone is Blue Sky, and if you want to follow me on there, my account's linked below. There's been a few articles recently about how we're running out of data, to which I call bullshit. We've run out of human knowledge, but that happened really quickly. But data, not a chance. We're all uploading stuff all of the time. But some AI experts think that we've exhausted the high quality sources on the internet, which is why I'm trying to upload more regularly. But I'm just one man. If AI runs out of data, the models can't get better, which is where synthetic data comes in. Part 3, synthetic data. There's a terrible echo in here. Synthetic data is where you ask the current data model to create a new data set to train the future generations of data models. It's basically the data version of inbreeding. And for the 2 developers who still watch my videos, it is garbage in, garbage out. It has the advantage that they're technically not using any more of our data, even though they did use it to create the original data set. But the disadvantage is that that new data doesn't have any new discoveries, information, or knowledge. So it's essentially regurgitating what it knows in a way that the new model can use it, warts and all. Like old wives' tales, but in AI form. Part 4, content creation. Content creation is a multi-billion-dollar industry if you don't make incredibly niche videos that dunk on the platforms that you need to distribute your content. When will I learn? Oh, and you can support this channel via Patreon, which is linked below. As a result, these AI tools have been making low-quality content left, far right, and center. Record labels are making music based on their back catalog, which is cool, but they hate it when other people do the same. Several AI startups are creating basic songs like lo-fi beats, which is apparently very easy to do. So easy, in fact, that Spotify are making their own fake artists and giving it a go. And in their defense, this startup admitted to only using copyright and royalty-free tunes to train their AI. So I guess thank you, every SoundCloud rapper? And all of this without even touching the fact that these AI tools are tripling CO2 emissions from data centers. Because as we all know, with great power comes little to no responsibility. Spotify has taken this a step further by claiming that it owns the rights to indie authors' books if they use Spotify's platform to sell their work. That'd be like if Waterstone said, sure JK, we'll sell the Potter series, but if it sells well, we might make a theme park and all that lovely money is ours, as well as 50% of all the book sales. Amazon is paying pennies on the dollar to create audio clones of narrators' voices, which can then be used to record new audiobooks. OpenAI are trying to hide the fact that ChatGPT was trained on copyrighted books, including the Harry Potter series. When you ask ChatGPT, it simply replies, "Silencio, muggle," which I am reliably informed is a funny joke. I've never read Harry Potter, I've got no idea. Incidentally, GPT was also trained on Stephen King's novels, and I can't work out if my books were used to train AI would make a better future Stephen King novel or Black Mirror episode. What do you think? Vote in the comments. And in turn, we, the great unwashed, are using ChatGPT to flood Jeff's little bookshop with absolute garbage AI novels in an attempt to make passive income, which, as you can tell from this video, I've got no interest in. I like to earn aggressive income. Part 5. What can we do about it? Credit where the bare minimum has happened. Meta did have an option where you had the right to object to them using your data to train their AI, but they have got rid of that button. And when it did exist, you would have to justify why you didn't want your privacy violated, which is just wild. Some companies have avoided the pesky GDPR issue by simply not launching in the EU, waiting for enough fuss to get FOMO, and then saying, look, we need to launch this product in Europe. People want it over and above their own privacy. What do we need? Legislation. When do we need it? 5 minutes ago. Ugh. I know, me in another hat. I hate it as well. I'd like to think that people, and by people I mean companies, would do the right thing without needing a legal consequence. But here we are. The UK government are looking into this and considering making it so creators can license their content to AI models. But unlike a synchronized swimming team, I'm not going to hold my breath. Basically, we need laws that can keep up with the new technology, because right now, there are none. Because without these laws, we are relying on Adobe, Anthropic, Cohere, Microsoft, OpenAI, and more, giving us a pinky swear that they will put more safeguards in place in the next iteration of their tools, so it can't make deepfake and child-based smut again. How was that not a feature in version 1? We also need to stop Microsoft claiming that it's okay for them to use your work to train their tools because it counts as freeware. By that logic, pirated copies of Word or Excel are free to use as well. And I'll be honest, I didn't have Microsoft advocating for piracy on my 2025 bingo card. And yet, here we are. But until we get either of those things, if you use any apps, tools, software, game, or smart toilets, all of your actions, posts, creations, or bowel movements can be used for AI potty training to create future shitty tools. Godspeed.